Welcome to the life you crave. Simple and sustainable weight loss for women who have better things to do than diet. I'm your host, Leah Pinelli. I help ambitious, badass women stop overeating, overworking, and overgiving to lose weight from a place of love. I'll help you simplify weight loss, end your overwhelm, and create the life you crave. If you like what you hear, please like and subscribe to this podcast. Let's get started. Hello, my femmes. Here at the Life You Crave podcast, we are re-releasing some of our greatest hits. Podcasts from our show that have had the most downloads, the most popularity. We wanted to re-release them here so that they would be right at the top of your podcast feed so that you can dive in and enjoy all summer long. And if you haven't already, please head over to Facebook and find me, Leah Pinelli, and join our Life You Crave community there. It is our podcast community where we are expanding on what you are learning on the episode, diving deeper, building community, and having a lot of fun. So come on over to Leah Pinelli over at Facebook and join my Life You Crave community there. Can't wait to see you. So tonight I want to talk a little bit about motivation because I just got off of a call with a client who I adore, and we were talking about the myth of motivation. So here's the deal. We're almost at the end of January, and I'm sure that all of you have made some kind of New Year's resolution, and that's great. And if your resolution has anything to do with weight loss or exercise or getting healthy or all of those things, I want you to listen up because so many of us think that the key to meeting our goals, to meeting our health goals, has to do with motivation. It's waiting to feel motivated, right? And so that's why at the beginning of January, like gyms are packed. I know that my yoga studio is packed. You can barely get in. And because everybody's motivated, right? Like everybody's kind of like surging on this energy of new year, new me. I'm going to do all these new things. I'm going to finally get in shape. I'm going to finally do all those things. And then somewhere between like 3 and 6 weeks in, people start to taper off. All of a sudden, there's like more room in the yoga studio, which I'm not complaining about. All of a sudden, people start cheating on their diets and all of that. So what's going on here? Because it's not that people want that result of getting in shape or really living at their natural weight more in January than they want it in February. It's not a question of how badly do you want the thing. And it's really not even a question of the why. The problem that we have kind of collectively, the problem that we have is a problem of motivation. And now I don't mean to say that the problem is that you're not motivated. That's actually not the problem, although that's probably what you think I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. The problem is that we think that we have to feel motivated in order to continue with the process of getting to goal, whatever the goal is. And so we think that as soon as we stop feeling motivated, we have to stop the thing. So let me use an example of exercise. So this happens to a lot of people where they're like, okay, I'm going to start going to the gym every day, or I'm going to start, or even 3 times a week, or I'm going to start running, or I'm going to start, getting really serious about a regular yoga or Pilates practice or whatever the thing is. And then they're motivated to go and they're going like they say they're going to go. And then little by little, it's like, oh, I had a meeting that day, so I couldn't go. And then, oh, I had a childcare issue, so I couldn't go. And oh, I was tired or sick or whatever. All the excuses kind of start to come in. And then little by little, they stop going to whatever the exercise event was that they had committed to. And we tell ourselves, oh, I lost motivation, right? I lost motivation. How many times have you maybe said that or thought that? I lost motivation and therefore I stopped doing X. I was doing keto and I lost motivation. I was, going to Weight Watchers and I lost motivation. I was counting calories and I lost motivation. We say this all the time. Therein lies the problem. The problem is that we think we're supposed to feel motivated all the time. So it's like, I've set this goal for myself, and you can apply this, you guys, to money goals. You can apply this to career goals. You can apply this to any goals. We think that we're supposed to feel motivated the entire time we are working toward our goal. And that is the problem. Because anyone who has ever achieved a big goal, I'm not talking about little goals, but a big goal, will tell you that they didn't feel motivated all of the time. So whether it's like, for me, a big goal of mine when I was in undergrad was to graduate from UC Berkeley or to go to Stanford. I didn't feel motivated all the time. I made choices all the time that took me away from that goal, right? Wrong direction, like staying out at that super late party on a Thursday night instead of studying for that exam. It happened, not very often, but it happened, right? And so the feeling of motivation isn't one that we expect someone to sustain for 4, 6, 8, 10 years to get themselves through master's degrees and things like that. The same thing applies to food and eating in a really healthy manner. The same thing applies to going to the gym or whatever it was that your exercise goal was. Whenever you set a goal, you need to expect that you're not going to feel motivated the whole time. You need to expect that you're going to feel motivated at the beginning, and then it's going to taper off, and then it might come back, and then it might taper off. But here's the secret, okay? This is the part that I really, really want you to hear. Just because you don't feel motivated doesn't mean you stop. So that's where the whole thing falls apart with motivation. This is the myth of motivation, right? It's like you have to feel motivated in order to achieve the goal. You don't. All you have to do is do it anyway. That's it. You just have to decide ahead of time that I know I'm not going to feel motivated all the time and I'm going to do it anyway, right? So as a lot of you guys know, I go to a 5:30 a.m. yoga class 3 or 4 times a week. There are a lot of times that I do not feel motivated to get out of my super warm bed and get in my car in the dark and drive to a yoga studio. There are times that I really don't want to do that. But guess what? I do it anyway because that's the goal that I've chosen for myself and I feel better and it's a part of my wellness protocol and I love it. But also sometimes I don't love it. Sometimes it's super hard. Sometimes I hate it. Sometimes I'm standing there in class doing some crazy back bend and I'm thinking, what the hell am I doing here? I could be in bed right now, right? But I'm doing it anyway. And that is what it means. It doesn't mean that I feel motivated all the time to go. I don't always feel motivated to eat the dinner that I plan to cook, but I'm going to eat it anyway. And I'm not going to just go out and eat half a pizza and an ice cream sundae because I didn't feel like eating the chicken salad that I decided to make or whatever the thing is, right? So that is what I really hope you most hear tonight is that the whole myth of motivation is not serving you if you think you have to feel motivated to achieve your goals. You don't. You don't at all. All you have to do is make a commitment to yourself to go after your goal no matter what. Not at the expense of your wellness. Don't mishear me right now. But you go after your healthy goal that you've set for yourself even when you don't feel like it. Even when you're not motivated. And that doesn't mean that you don't make changes along the way, right? But you still are you literally are just going to do it anyway. You're going to do it when you don't feel like it. And there's all kinds of hacks. You can Google this stuff, how to motivate yourself even when you're not motivated kind of thing. Sorry. Well, there are those hacks. But also like, for example, putting your clothes out the night before if your plan is to go to a 5:30 a.m. yoga class or whatever so that you're all set up to go and you don't have to do a whole bunch of obstacle jumping so early in the morning. Those hacks are fine. But the most important message that I really want you to hear right now is that motivation will not be with you the whole time. So don't expect it to be. Anticipate that motivation is going to come and go and plan on doing it anyway. Plan on taking action aligned with your goals every single time, even when you don't feel like it. Okay, you guys, that's all I got for you. Ciao.
You've been listening to The Life You Crave. I lost 30 pounds years ago without dieting, willpower, or deprivation. I'm on a mission to help other women, including you, do the same. You can book a free weight loss strategy session with me over at leahpinelli.com. That's LIAPINELLI.com. See you on our next call or on the next episode. And remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment on iTunes.